Hi, everyone. This is Shannon from Miami Web Fest, and I have the pleasure of interviewing one of our esteemed web series creators, Leo Favier. So tell us a little bit about your project, Dopamine, on the episode that's in the Miami Web Fest, Tinder, which that in itself creates quite a discussion.
Yes. Hello. Thank you for inviting me. Dopamine is a series. So we have like 7 episodes. The one we're going to show in Miami is like the episode about Tinder. So each episode is about one application and it's a documentary. And we want to explain why are those applications so addictive? Why are we hooked on Tinder? Why are we hooked on Snapchat, on Facebook? And what are the tricks inside? Making us always wanting to connect and to use it and so on and so on.
Excellent. Yes, I watched it and it was very, very well done. And what I noticed about it in particular, and I don't know if this was the intent, but you created it in such a way with the voiceovers that perhaps you could record it in different languages if you wanted to.
Yes, the way I worked, I wrote the text and then I looked for images, stock footage. It's only stock footage. And I always try to combine this voiceover and the stock footage. And afterwards, we create this episode of 7 minutes and we made different versions, a German version, an English version, because it was for French-German TV.
Okay. Yeah, that was very clever of you. So because of the category that it's in, documentary, educational, entertainment, which is one of my favorite categories for the record, tell us a little bit about the research that went into that.
Yeah, most of the time I use myself the application. So for Tinder, I use Tinder and I was like swiping all the time. It's like, wow, it's kind of cool. I have the feeling it's like hooking me. So I try to understand what's behind and I read a lot and I met also some scientists. So we work with some like more psychologists from north of France, from the university. And we had many discussion with them. And then I rewrote the script after their comment. I
see. Yes, because I saw that some psychologists that you've quoted with B-roll and it really explained things to the audience in a very, very fun way. That was what was very, very charming about it, very captivating. And what was your motivation in general for this series, Dopamine, for creating it?
Yeah, in general, I think I'm interested when I have the feeling like my idea or my behavior is not coming from me, it's coming from outside, like this whole idea of influence. So when we are in a public space, when we are at home, we have always influence from some things. And I try to understand that. And with Dopamine, I was thinking like the smartphone is like this object having the most influence on my everyday life, actually. So I try to understand it's not only the smartphone, it's the app inside and the content from the app. So that's why that was really my motive to understand that.
I see. Okay. And was this something about how long did it take to compile to produce the actual episode, to get the research together, to accumulate the footage, the B-roll that you wanted? What was that process like?
It takes quite a lot of time, mainly because it's produced for the TV. So when you apply with a short version of your text and then you do a lot of research and then I write the script and then we have like, we need like 4-5 days of work for each episode. In like the editing room with an editor. So I work with an editor, I work with sound designer, I work with scientists, like more trying to make everything right, what I write. And so it's like a teamwork afterwards. And between the moment where I had the idea to do this web series and the moment when it's online, it's almost 2 years. So it's really long project. And we did like first season, which Tinder is part of the first season. And right now we're doing the season 2 with some other apps. And okay. Yeah, I'm really interested in this kind of short format. That's really something I'm doing since several years. always this kind between 5 and 10 minutes, and to make it really efficient. This is really formally, I'm really, as a director, I'm really interested into that.
Yeah, I think that's the way everything is going now, with more short form content and the new media web series space, and people's attention span, which could probably be a whole episode, another episode, is getting shorter and shorter. And we want quick rewards, and we want the information quickly and in a fun way. And I think you've definitely accomplished that. So how long have you been in the entertainment industry and doing these types of filming and projects and web series in general?
Yeah, I studied art in art school in France and Germany, and I graduated 10 years ago almost. And since then, I started to do short movies. I did several short movies, and then afterwards I did several web series, and now I'm doing like more documentary for TVs and podcasts. And I did some books also. So I would say, as an author, sometimes I always try to find the best format for the content also. So.
I see. Okay. And the current audience, other than, screening at Miami Web Fest, which basically countries have you focused on? Is it generally circulated? Is the audience particularly focused in a certain geographic area? How does that work?
What do you mean in Miami, or the audience in France or in Germany? You mean?
Yes. Have you published it? What is the status of your series, and who is it mostly circulated to?
Yeah, the series is really shown on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on the platform of the French TV Arte. And for them, it's really a big success. I think it's more like 10 million views for the series, which is, Arte is kind of a small TV in France for.
Okay, so maybe can you tell the
I'm
audience?
Really happy because we have also, as a partner, we have like the Ministry.
So
I missed your questions.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, there was a delay in the internet. Can you tell the viewers where they could find it specifically? Like, what's the name of the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, where we can find it?
I guess you can find it on YouTube with the Dopamine name, and maybe it's the easiest way for you to have it on YouTube.
I see. Okay, and of course, tune into the screenings at Miami Web Fest, because it'll be showing. That'll be another way to find out about it. And it seems like it was well received. You've received positive feedback from it, correct?
Yeah, it was a big success. Everybody was quite happy. That's why we're doing like the season 2. And I was also really happy because as a partner, we have like the Ministry of Education in France. So they're really using like the series for educational purpose in, in schools. And that's really, really interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So it's actually being shown to students, and the government has noticed it. That's great.
Yeah, not for students, more for for younger ones.
Okay. High school students, or, what the school system is in France, secondary, I guess. But the fact that they show it in that public setting is quite an accomplishment. So congrats on that.
Yeah, it's really useful for them because it's really short. So they can really show the episodes and talk about it for 20, 30 minutes. And it works really well with the professors and the teachers there.
Got you. Okay. And so I see, I was going to ask what's next for you, but it seems like you've moved on with another series of similar topics.
It's funny because what I'm working right now, it's like a big science documentary called Dopamine also. But we're meeting like some scientists this time. So we're meeting them in the lab, and they show some experiments. So mainly it's more about the relation between the brain and the smartphone. So I'm going always a bit deeper in this subject.
Yes, that you have. And it's all very fact-checked and reliable, because there's so much stuff out there that's just people just talk and they don't verify anything. But with your stuff, you could tell there was a lot of research and fact-checking that went into it. So, I give you a lot of credit for that. So, okay, well, thank you for speaking with us. We look forward to seeing your screening, Miami Web Fest online, and best of luck. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shannon. Have a nice day.
And